Hi, I'm Candy from Candy's Cupcakes and I'm going to show you how to create this nice pumpkin cupcake this Halloween. You will need a sharp knife, green fondant, light brown fondant, orange fondant, some water and a clean paintbrush, a balling tool, a stick of some description, something thin, a blunt knifing tool, your cupcake with some domed icing. I've just used a round tip, and then a large circle cutter. Lightly dust your work surface with icing sugar, then take in quite a large amount of the orange sugar paste, roll it out to about the thickness of a £1 coin. It needs to be quite large because this is going to actually cover the entire top of your cupcake rather than being like a topper that sits on top of buttercream. So to get an idea, if you take your larger cutter, which is obviously a lot bigger than your cupcake itself, just make sure you've rolled it out to bigger than that area. Now, using the balling tool, the larger end, if you just make a little indentation in the centre, that'll create the centre of your pumpkin. Then taking your blunt knifing tool, if you make like a sunshine shape from the centre of that indentation all the way around, it'll create the grooves on the pumpkin. So you can make as many as you want going round. I'll just do this. Then taking your round circle cutter, if you cut that out nice and neat, and I do this last because once you start using the knifing tool, it'll actually misshapen the circle itself. Get rid of the excess. Now taking your cupcake, so on this I've created a domed buttercream effect because obviously your pumpkin's going to have a dome shape. Then if you place your disc on top and then using the palm of your hand, just gently go all the way around, applying a little bit of pressure, and using these fingers are quite easy to manipulate fondant because you can't be heavy-handed with your little finger and your second finger. Okay, so there you've got a bit of a pumpkin shape coming along already. Then if you take a very small amount of your brown buttercream and roll it into a little sausage shape. Dab on a little bit of water on the little indentation at the top that you created and stick that in the centre. Now last of all, if you take a small amount of green sugar paste, roll it out onto the palm of your hand to quite a thin sausage. So if you keep to one side, it doesn't have to be perfect because these are going to form the vines. Okay, and if you break that off, and then using a stick or something quite clean but thin, if you put your thumb on one end and then twirl it all the way around, you can create a nice spiral shape there. Okay, now you can actually leave that to set if you want, but we should be okay with this. If you just dab a little bit of water onto the top there, and then if you slide this off, you should have a nice vine, and you can create several of these all the way around the top. And here is your finished Halloween pumpkin cupcake.